A man simply glanced at a sports car parked on the street, and out of curiosity he asked the wealthy owner 2 questions.
What do you do and how do you do it?
I'm a stockbroker.
Little did he know those 2 casual questions would change his destiny. A future multi-millionaire was about to be born. Chris soon began his internship. The company provided each trainee with a list of promising client leads, and their job was to do whatever it took to sell the firm's financial services. The top performer would earn a full-time position. As one of the few black employees, Chris often got stuck running personal errands for his manager. Yet he never refused, he just felt underestimated, like he was being taken advantage of. Determined to succeed, Chris worked relentlessly. To save time, he never hung up the phone between calls. After each conversation, he'd immediately hit end and dial the next number. He even avoided drinking water during work hours, just to skip bathroom breaks. Still, he wasn't making progress, so he tried a new approach and unexpectedly it paid off. A client told him to get to his office within 20 minutes, but Chris's boss pulled him aside to move his car. Of course, the manager's junker had a busted door lock. By the time Chris finally got it open, someone had stolen the parking spot across the street. He drove around frantically until he found another space, then sprinted to the foundations building, only for the secretary to tell him the chairman had just left. Determined to apologize for his tardiness, Chris showed up at the chairman's home with his son. To his surprise, the man wasn't upset at all. He waved it off and even invited them to join him at a football game. Near the end of the match, Chris seized his chance, pitching his firm's asset management expertise.
You were new over there. I mean, I like you, but there's not a chance I'm gonna let you direct our fund. It's just not gonna have any.
Though the chairman politely declined the deal, he connected Chris with valuable contacts. Just when Chris thought he might survive the internship, reality came crashing back. The IRS drained his entire bank account over unpaid back taxes. Then, after months of missed rent, his landlord tossed their belongings onto the street. With nowhere else to go, Chris and his son ended up in a subway station. Watching his boy endure this hardship, Chris felt a pain deeper than words. He turned their bone density scanner into a time machine, telling his son to name any world he wanted to visit. With the press of a button,
Open, open, open. You don't see all these dinosaurs?
Chris spun a vivid tale, transforming their bleak reality into a land of dinosaurs.